Well, hello and welcome again to Edison Light Globes video. I'm Phil Greenwood, and today we're going to continue with the series we've been doing on light globes and what they're for. And today we're going to talk about candelabra globes, particularly candelabra globes made with small Edison screw, SES, in this case E14 for 240 volts. We also have obviously small bayonet SBC, small bayonet cap B15, and we also do E12 for North American customers in 120 volt, and that's it's always a bone of contention. But these candelabra globes for 240 volts and 120 volts are a different thread, so that you can't mix them up. I don't know why, but that's what they've done. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is the vintage carbon filament replica Edison globe type thing. This is a 25 watt candle shape. Oops, a bit dirty there, look. And I'll turn this down a little bit so you can see it. But the idea of this type of globe is that it was meant to be used in chandeliers, small fittings, multi-bulb fittings, essentially where what you're trying to do is create a light fitting and use a globe where you're trying to replicate a candle. So there'd be a small, well, a reasonable number of candles in a small output type, a low output light. And so these are meant to replicate that. Now this is only 25 watts. It's not too bright, but it's not too bad. You could actually use these okay in a multi-bulb chandelier. Now briefly, oh look, I didn't actually show her. I'm going to show you this close up. So it's basically just a hot filament. So an incandescent hot filament bulb. So the next one I'm going to show you, tell me when I don't show you. This is basically the same thing, but with this silly Christmas tree type glass spiral, decorative. I'll turn it on. It's exactly the same. We don't have many of these. We don't sell many, but you can see where that came from. It's sort of looking like a candle. I don't know, a Christmas tree light. I don't know. Not so flash. Now, next what I'll show you is a different shape in the incandescent range that we have. Now this is meant to be like a mini sort of Edison globe teardrop shape. We'll show you that there. It's the same idea, a little squirrel cage filament around a central pillar. Again, warm, not too bright, a very little squirrel cage, a traditional looking globe, and probably really useful for a single small wall light, that sort of thing, that sort of shape. I'll get rid of that. The other shape that we have in a E14 or SES globe is a little tube. I'll show the camera that. It's just, again, incandescent, a hot wire, just in like a little test tube shape. Probably not as useful in a chandelier. Oops. But really interesting in a decorative small wall light, that type of thing. Again, dimmable like all incandescent, really easy. So basically that's all the incandescent type globes that we have. The next one I'll show you will be what is now our, again, our LED, filament LED version of the first globe, the candelabra globe. And you'll see, oh, I'll hold it up there. This has got the 4 strips in a sort of a squirrel cage twisted pattern, and this is, I think, 3 watts. I didn't even look at it, it could be 4 watts. Ready to turn on. This one's not dimmable too much. I don't know why that's not working. I'll test another one soon. That's got me beat. We'll go and get another one and we'll see what's going on. We might have an old globe. Anyway, to move forward, I'm going to get, again, in the sequence, This is the small Edison type filament. I think it's the ST48 is the name of this globe. Oh, I've got another one to test. There you go. Here we go. It's got the small strips. It's got a little twisted or straight squirrel cage type arrangement. We'll just put that in and show you. And this one should dim. We won't even go on. Ooh. That one doesn't dim too well either.
It's not enhanced dimming.
Yeah, there you go, not enhanced dimming. So it dims but not very well. What was the one you gave me to test? What is it? Just the same one.
It says enhanced dimming.
It says enhanced dimming. Well, so we'll test it to see if it is. So somewhere in these LEDs we should have a dimmable LED. There you go. I don't know why that one wasn't, but it could just be an old batch. But there you go. So we do have a full dimmable to off 3-watt candelabra globe. So remember to chuck that one out. The other thing we have in the candelabra range, and really this is just a retrofit existing light fittings, and occasionally we get a very old light fitting that's a chandelier that has small bayonet cap, and this is a SBC candelabra LED. You can see that there. It's just got the little bayonet cap, little tiny one. Now that's only really what we would use for customers who have an existing fitting and want to use an LED. Very handy. Now the last one, or the second last one that I'm going to actually be able to plug in is the LED version of the little tube light. Again, E14, 2 LED strip filaments, and this should be dimmable. Do you think, Louis? A little, but not enhanced. So useful for a decorative fitting where you've got a tube shape where you want a longer globe. But anyway, get rid of that. Now, there's 2 other globes, and these are both low voltage. Now we get a lot of people asking us for low voltage globes for use in areas like bathrooms where it might be a bit dangerous to have mains voltage going through a light fitting. Now there's very complicated what you can do where in a bathroom, but if you end up in a situation where you do need low voltage, well, we have a low voltage version of that globe, and it looks exactly the same as the mains voltage globe. It just runs straight off 12 volts. With the appropriate driver, dimmable driver can be dimmable. So these need a driver separately connected. Now the last one is it's a little bit of a specialised globe, but this is again low voltage tube globe. I can't turn these on because I don't have a driver, but this is a tube globe in a pearl. So LED, I think 2 watts, 3 watts, 12 volts, but probably for a situation where you do need low voltage and you do need it to be just a light source, it's just doing a job in a tube or something like that in a very special lamp fitting. So we do have these in clear and in pearl. That one can go back in there. So I think that's all of it. So that is the idea for chandeliers, candelabras, small light fittings, SES as E14 or E12 in North America, B15 in New Zealand, if you're a bit old fashioned, that sort of thing. But we've got a fair range. We probably don't manufacture new shape, unusual types of globes because they get difficult to keep in stock, but we do have a fair range here. So that's it for now. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching. There'll be another video very soon. I think we've got a project that we're working on at the moment. It's taking a while, so hopefully the next video will be about something a bit more interesting than globes, but there you go. So for now, thanks for watching and goodbye. We'll see you again next time.